Hi everybody, it's Diana at Catherine Diana Studios, and I have a couple of darling little journals that fit inside these altered envelopes. I've got 4 of them, and I'm making some more in more pastel colors, some purples and pinks, soft pinks and blues. But right now I have more vibrant pinks and yellows and oranges. So anyway, so here we go. These are, and I'm hoping I don't get a lot of glare, regular envelopes that have been embellished with napkins, some scrapbook paper. I think this is graphic 45 off of one of their pages, but I can't recall. This is coffee dyed paper that I cut out, and the backs are also done as well, and they're stamped, and so they're antique to make them look, vintage, which is one of my favorite looks. So there's the envelope, and inside, a piece of paper on there, is this darling little journal. I guess I can hold it like so you can see a little bit better. There's some shadows in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop that down. So this is a beautiful piece of scrapbook paper, embellished with some flowers and a little lace. Same over here, and Tim Holtz word there. So there's the front cover, and you open, and inside there's some glare. I knew that was going to happen. This is a Waverly note card. Let's see if I can do this and miss the glare and not hit the camera at the same time. So you can journal inside. And of course, you can journal on the inside on these pages as well. And there's room to put more items in there, favorite letters, cards, photos, whatever. Here's a nice little embellished piece. So I added a little butterfly on there. I've got a little doily here, and these pages these are coffee dyed papers along with just natural or regular color papers that I've stamped. I've either embellished with a doily or flowers. So it goes through here. There's 4 pages, so 8 total as you go through, if I can catch those. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing on the page and watch what I'm doing through the camera to make sure I'm not missing anything or getting any glare. So go through like so, and there's just tons and tons of room to write. Oops, here's the center of the journal. I'm seeing a little glare there. So, and each of these have been cut out from either current gift wrap or vintage gift wrap. All these beautiful little flowers. So we have another doily on the back, and another flower, and this lovely little embellishment here. I got this at, I think, Dollar Tree, which was a nice surprise. And then inside this one has 2 tuck spots, one here and one in here. So here's some nice, oops, sorry, I made a shadow there, paper, note paper, and these are things that I typically find at places like Tuesday Morning. And then some scrap paper as well that you can journal on the back, little tag there, journal on the back, and this darling little scrapbook postcard that can also be journaled on. I think I had them like that. I don't know. Isn't it funny when you make these things? You fiddle around with them forever to make sure they look right. So anyway, and then, oops, I'm moving the camera, and then the back here. So just a sweet little journal, 8 pages with this beautiful, and 8 pages, pockets and tags, with this beautiful little envelope to keep inside. So, something you can, cherish on your own, or share with others, put it out on your coffee table, or keep it on your nightstand for your end of the day thoughts, or write your goals, whatever you've got going on. So there's the pink one. So there's that one, and now we've got another. I'll try and cram all these in the same video. This one here is yellow, and it has a beautiful bird with a little sticker on it, the same type of stamp off this scrapbook paper. The back has also been embellished. I'm hating that shadow there. I'm so sorry. I can't figure out how to get rid of that other than keeping my hand over here, which makes me lean awkwardly here, but here we go anyway. So this has also been antiqued and embellished with stamping and decoupage with napkins. And then, oops, I had that backwards. This is the cover, beautiful sunflower. Added a butterfly. This is scrapbook paper already printed as such, but I added the butterfly. You open, and there's a nice big pocket full of goodies and tags. There's a place to journal here, as well as a couple of pieces of journaling paper here. And each of these tags that are just beautiful patterns. I love anything that's vintage. This looks like a vintage ticket. And then this as well. And these you can journal on each of these. So I get a lot of inspiration, and I always have, whether it was designing a house or jewelry or anything. I get a lot of inspiration. The way I dress, the whole 9 yards, when I actually take the time to dress and actually not wear jeans and t-shirt and a pair of boots. But I get a lot of inspiration from like Waverly and mixing patterns and things like that, complementary colors. I love all that kind of stuff. So here's the first page. This also is 8 pages, so just like so, and they've all been stamped. A few of them, this one here doesn't have as many florals because the theme's a little bit different, so, but there are some. There's another one, and go through here. So lots of pages to write, and a little spot to write here. You could write your name or whatever you wish. And then here is another little note card. You can journal on the back. And these are note cards that I picked up when I was teaching classes at a nationwide arts and crafts store, and I would buy them there. So I'm pretty sure that's where I got that from. So little doily here, and then the back is just plain and has little stuff on there. So anyway, so there's that one, and let's go to the orange one, and hopefully there's not too much glare. This is a little bit of a shiny, there's some sheen on this label, but same thing. This is vintage music paper, stamped with a butterfly, decoupaged with napkins, same on the back. This is from a vintage 1940s Good Housekeeping ad. So that was pretty nifty, so I pulled that out and tore that off and included that. And now we have, oops, let's turn it that way, get this the right way. This is the front of the journal. A little bit of stickles on there, and florals and lace and such. And I cut out the butterfly and added that on, and then some cute little tags here. Can write here as well. There's room to add more goodies. You can journal on each. This is coffee dyed graph paper from college days back in the 80s. This is, I made this tag here. These were cut from scrapbook papers. Made this tag. This is a reproduction stamp. It's not a stamp from my stamp collection, since I do tend to use those a lot. This is actually from an ephemera pack from, I can't remember where, and I believe this is a Tim Holtz flower. So add that on there and made that sweet little tag. And see if I can get that in there. There we go. And then also 8 pages again. And these are not embellished any more than just the stamping, the vintage style business stamps on the top and such. And another doily. This cute little vintage ticket, raffle ticket. And then the back here, little pocket where you can, oops, I'm sorry, hit the camera, can write here, as well as these tags here as well. And I love this one. This one here, this, was it this that was on there? I believe so. No, it wasn't. Actually, it was just plain yellow. This is part of a napkin that I picked up at, I believe, Tuesday morning, but I'm not positive. So I decoupaged that on, so there's room to journal on that sweet tag there. And then I found some paper that's very similar, so I just thought I would go ahead and include that as well. I'm seeing all those shadows, sorry about that. And then this lovely paper here as well. So that is the pretty bright kind of orangey yellow set, yellow one. And then I do have a purple one here. It's purple and pink. So here's the envelope. And again, there's probably going to be some sheen on this, picked up by the camera because it's has that on the tag, or the label, excuse me. So, you know, antiqued the envelope again, did a little bit of gesso on, stamped, put on the decoupage the napkins, did the same on the back. This one has a little bit more, it's a few more flowers. And then has this lovely vintage theme here. Flowers, some burlap trim. Flowers are stickled, and this opens, and there's a tuck here with beautiful vintage style paper. Oops, I just realized I was kind of out of frame there. You can journal on the back. Another piece here, a couple pieces of writing paper, and then this sweet little envelope made from paper to look vintage. It's scrapbook paper, and there are some pretty note papers on the inside. So we've got that in that first tuck spot here, and then this one here actually has I guess technically 10 pages, because it has 2 pieces of lace that I've stamped, and, or doily I should say. And then we have these pages as well. So kind of a little more vintage themed. These are coffee dyed. This is not. But, you know, vintage style stamps that I have. Added some butterflies. Stamped this coffee dyed paper. Added some floral embellishments. More stamps. This little center piece here. And you can kind of see this little more vintage style. It's like a brand, vintage French style brand of products. Little stamp here, vintage style, travel kind of theme, with the suitcase and more florals, more butterfly or another butterfly, and the old-fashioned bicycle, and another little butterfly, and then this piece of doily page, and then this tag that I made, and has some lace and some florals, and this is torn from a vintage book, and she was cut out from I have a reproduction Sears catalog from the 1900, I think it's fall 1900, and so I cut her out of that. That was just beautiful. Added the butterfly, and there's a couple of pieces of journaling paper here in this little tuck spot too, and that just slides in there, and there's room for other little goodies if you have photos or special things you want to keep. And that's that. Nothing too exciting on the back there. So anyway, so there's that one. So there's 4 of them total, and I'm getting ready to list them. On my Etsy site, I'll put a list, or I'll put a link at the bottom, and there you go. So I'm super, oops, sorry about that. I felt that. I smacked the camera again. So they're just so pretty. I absolutely love them. And, oops, that goes with that one. There we go. And they were so much fun to make, and I just hit the camera again. You know, it's right in front of you, so you try so hard, and it doesn't always work out, or you don't smack them around. And then, of course, there's this one here, too. So, and like I said, I have more coming in, more pastel colors, some blues, and some purples and such. And so anyway, so there you go. So getting ready to list all those. I realize there's a lot of stuff there in view, but anyway, so thank you so much, and have yourself an awesome day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.